Bryson Basia seems to have some technical hitches there. Let's take the next report on land grabbing. Hopefully, by the end of this report, he will be back to share his thought on this. So, since the annexation of Southern Cameroon, also known as Ambazonia, the colonial administration has employed various strategies to assert control, with intimidation being a primary tool. One of the most troubling issues facing the indigenous people, particularly in Fako, is land grabbing, a process exacerbated by the active involvement of the colonial authorities. It has recently come to the light that any property development in Ambazonia requires an application to be submitted in Yaoundé, further underscoring the colonial administration's role in these illegal land acquisition activities. This points to a larger scheme by the La Republic of Cameroon to completely subjugate Ambazonians, not only through armed conflicts, but also through the appropriation of land. The ongoing war has already caused widespread displacement, and now the threat of land grabbing poses an even greater risk to the future of Southern Cameroons. The Fako region, particularly the Bekori people, the native land, has seen over 58,153 acres appropriated by the colonial administration to create the Mount Cameroons National Park. This was done without the consent or authority of the indigenous people, leaving the Fako natives deeply frustrated and disenfranchised. On the 9th of August, during the celebrations marking the 38th International Day of the World's Indigenous People in Boyer, the Bekori people expressed their grievances to Professor James Mwangwe Kobila, President of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission, and Chief Dr. Robert Isukar Endele, paramount ruler of the Bekori people, the Nalimo of Boyer, highlighting the absurdity of the situation by pointing out that even he, as an indigenous leader, would need to apply to Yaoundé to acquire land in Boyer, his own ancestral homeland. How interesting. This underlying issue here is that La Republic of Cameroon is exploiting the ongoing conflict in Ambazonia to further its agenda of land appropriation. Chief Asukar, speaking on behalf of his people, lamented the continued threat to their heritage and called for immediate redress. He detailed the numerous instances of land seizures and the unfair displacement of natives. Encouragingly, he noted that the authorities have heard their cries and are willing to start discussions towards the permanent solution. And so, in addition to land grabbing, Chief Asukar addressed their alarming rate of cultural erosion, emphasizing that the community was not progressing towards modernism, but rather losing its cultural identity. In his words, says, we are not moving towards that. We are moving away from ourselves. Well, Professor James Kobila acknowledged that land grabbing was a primary concern among indigenous people across the nation. The event was attended by traditional authorities from Fako and Sawa, alongside their indigenes as well as local and legislative authorities. The plight of the Bekori people in Fako is a clear indication of the broader struggle faced by the Ambazonian population. The ongoing land grabbing, coupled with the displacement caused by conflict, threatens not only the physical territory of Southern Cameroon, but also its cultural heritage. While there is hope that discussions with the authorities may lead to a permanent solution, the need for vigilance and continued advocacy is crucial to ensure their belligerent annexation in Yaoundé comes to the negotiation table for a just mediated settlement.